Yeah, when I first lost some weight too, people were asking, do you feel better? You feel good? And at the time, I was like, I feel about the same. But then when you really look at a period of time, it's like, I got to admit, I do a lot better. I perform better. I feel better. Results were better. My sales were better. I felt like I treated my clients really well. I'm having more fun. It's just, there's a whole ramification.
Okay, so you shared a little bit about how you stay spiritually fit, right? Which is, it takes work. It takes a routine. It takes a habit. Sounds like you've got a great men's group.
Yeah.
And sounds like you're in the Word, which is awesome. How about physical part? How do you stay physically fit? And is that even necessary in the role that you're in?
I believe so. I believe it's necessary. I've done it both ways. I've had it times where I was fit, and I've had times where I was not so fit. And I have noticed it does affect mood. It affects energy level. It affects who I am when I get home from work. Maybe we can all go out and perform at work, but if you have nothing left over, that's not great either. I think around 2014, I'd lost a lot of weight on a program called MetaFast, and I'd slimmed down quite a bit and was doing really well. And then they closed a lot of their locations and went remote and all of that. I was going in weekly, meeting with people. And then when they closed, they went remote. I think it was like over the phones and things like that. And I just lost accountability and went back to old habits and slowly put a lot of weight back on and wasn't eating very healthily, stopping for fast food and, that sort of thing. We do drive around a lot. And I was making poor choices and ended up getting pretty heavy again. And I can be comfortable heavy, but I got to a tipping point when my buttons start pushing out and I don't fit into my uniform anymore. And there's a limit for myself personally. And I got to that limit about 2 years ago. And I was kind of back at my all-time high weight-wise. And it really comes down to making a decision. I made a decision. I'm going to change. There was a group on Facebook that was a health and fitness group. I got the name wrong, but it was Goodrich.
Yeah, shout out to Ken Goodrich.
Yep.
He's quite a guy in this industry.
Yeah, and he's done a lot in his health, and he posts about it. And then there was another gentleman, Mr. McAfee, who had lost 100 pounds, and he showed his transformation. And I sent him a direct message just asking him for a few tips. He sent me a really nice reply with several tips, and they were very practical. I cut this out. I walk this many. I do this. I do that. I thought, those seem doable. Those seem pretty doable there. So I started implementing it, and he gave a lot of glory to God as well. So it was all kind of like-minded group there. And I posted about a year later that I was down 90 pounds, and I'd taken off 90 pounds. And I thanked him for sharing what he shared because it really impacted me. And it's been about a year now, a little over a year.
That you've kept the weight off.
Kept weight off, and I'm not out of the woods, but I have maintained a weight. And right around the holidays were a little bit tough. I gained about 6 pounds and noticed it and got right back to my habits again of, okay.
What are some of those habits?
Push-aways.
Push-aways.
It really is. Say no at the gate.
Say no at the gate.
You remember that?
Would you explain that?
Well, push-aways, I don't have a big breakfast. I really don't. I'll do some coffee. Sometimes I'll have a little bit of just some grapes or something to put in my stomach, a banana, but not a big breakfast guy. I don't really need it. I can get out and have some coffee and get on the run and have some water. Well, I do drink water before coffee. So water, coffee, some vitamins, electrolytes, liquid IV or something like that. And then lunchtime, I do keep it pretty mild still because I've noticed that a heavy lunch and then go run in an attic or getting the ladders out and things like that, it's not the best move, really. So my main meal is when I get home. I get home from work. Carolyn will have, great dinners prepared. We do HelloFresh, which is where they deliver proportioned out meals that are very healthy, and we pick them the week before. And that's usually my main meal of the day is going to be a dinner time, and then I usually do some type of berries or fruit as like a dessert rather than ice cream. Like I used to really like ice cream. And also I switched over to like 100-calorie yogurt type dessert. Like there's like little bars that are like frozen yogurt and like they're like 100 calorie. They're sweet enough and, it's 100 calories.
Pacifies that.
Yeah, the sweet tooth.
Yeah.
So just little switches like that, sugar-free Jell-O, fruit, like cranberries, grapes, things like that if I need a snack rather than, actual sugars and things like that. But again, I'm not perfect. I'll indulge here and there, and especially around the holidays, we're a little tough, Thanksgiving and Christmas and all that stuff. But
and how about exercise?
Yeah, so I'm a gym member. It was called California Family Fitness for many years. My parents were founding members there for a long time, and it's now called In Shape. And they're right around the corner from my house. I've got another one. So 2 within my area in Rockland. I do a lot of walking. I like to walk in the evenings. There's a great trail by my house, a lot of walking trails in Rockland. And I like to walk 30, 45 minutes brisk.
Do you ever carry anything on you? Do you ever wear like a ruck vest or any weighted?
I have not. I have in the past done ankle and wrist weights, but currently in my last few years, I have not.
Okay.
That's a great thing to consider, though.
Okay. Yeah. You probably know a lot more. I know Andrew is many of the podcasts that he produces are right up that fitness road.
Yeah. And so as impressive as the numbers are, this is what impresses me the most because, we've talked about this, about it's not a lack of knowledge, it's a lack of execution, right? The information is out there on how to lose weight and you did it. But one of the most difficult things is keeping that weight off. And you've essentially been on this journey for 2 years. Yeah. Everybody wants to do the 30-day challenge to just kind of quickly get ready for the wedding in the summer, whatever it may be. So my first question for you in regards to all of this is how, again, you said you're not much of a breakfast guy, but how are you able to kind of tame the beast that is hunger, right? Like, how are you controlling the hunger right now?
Yeah, that's a good question. So with intermittent fasting, it does start to snap some of your hunger pains. Early on, it can be a little tough, whereas you're fighting cravings and things like that. Once you get sugar out of your system and you get a lot of the carbohydrates out of your system, I've noticed that I don't have quite as much. Sometimes I will get, I'll notice that I'll check my blood pressure and it'll be a little bit low. It's just from not eating as much. So making sure I have electrolytes, bananas, apples, things like that in my diet. But I noticed that doing that where I have pretty much a bigger meal for dinner and some snacks after dinner, I don't quite struggle with it as much as when I'm on sugar, off sugar, on sugar, off sugar. That's when I'm really having cravings. So really sugar intake is one of the things that has really helped.
That's huge.
The cravings, yep.
And then again, kind of thinking about our audience and those in the trades, a lot of people they leave everything out in the field, right? They're mentally fatigued, physically fatigued. How are you able to still have a little bit left for those evening walks and then even trips to the gym? Because, I mean, again, that's kind of been my world. And there's days where I'm like, dude, screw this. I'm going to, not today. We're done for the day. But you've been able to keep and maintain those habits.
Yeah, that is a great question. And sometimes that can happen where it's just too long of a day. It's just there's no room left in the day. But scheduling it, so sometimes early morning, getting there before the day starts, it's one of the best advice is schedule it, get up a little before the sunrise and get over there. The gym's pretty close to my house, so I don't have that excuse. Even going for a walk, what I like about that is I don't have to go anywhere or be somewhere. I can just decide and throw on some earbuds and go on a walk and, that sort of thing. So that's been the biggest key. Sometimes with our work too, we're on call. So I may not have a call until 3:00. That gives me some time to, hey, I'm going to go. That happened the other day where I didn't have a call until 3. So I was at the gym at 1:00 in the afternoon, just doing walking on the treadmill. And so, yeah, just fitting it in, keeping it top of mind. I do have a bag in my work truck packed with some gym clothes just in case I'm out and about. So my membership covers gyms throughout the area. So I was over in Rancho Cordova the other day and stopped at the gym. So just having it mindful, having it on the schedule. It may not work every day. Yep.
Yeah, and so what I love about that too is you're lowering the barrier of entry as low as possible. You have not one but 2 gyms that are close by. You can go for a walk. You have meals delivered to you, setting yourself up for that ultimate success, which just a lot of people want to grind through it, right? We have that willpower mentality or whatever you want to call it. It's like, no, like, how about we set ourselves up for the utmost success? And that's super duper important, which I absolutely love. Last thing, what do you consider a workout? I'm gonna lay this out there because some people might think going for that 10-minute walk, it's not even worth it. Going to the gym for 15 minutes, what's the point? So I'm curious, what qualifies as a workout for you?
Yeah, I would say, I mean, I like fitness dailies. Free weights are another thing that I have around the house, just 8-pound, 12-pound, 15-pound, nothing real heavy. I think the heaviest ones I have are 25-pound. And I love that because you can just grab those, do some arms, do some shoulders, some squats. I was at the gym the other day between calls and a call came in. I was on the treadmill and the sales lead call. So I had packed it up. I was probably only there for 20 minutes, but I felt good. I was there. I was doing my thing. So I would say as long as you're moving and getting your body moving, whatever you can start with, maybe you're out of shape. Maybe you've got your knees aren't the greatest. Whatever your current condition is, you're just making a little bit of a progress every time is helpful.
And what does it do for your mentality?
It's night and day. I feel a lot better. You get the endorphins flowing. You feel good. You look a little better. Just having your uniforms fit better. And I'm in a medium jacket. I'm like, what the heck? Just getting in and out of the attic, getting in and out of the car.
Yes.
The look on someone's face when they open the door. Like, you're going in my attic?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, man. They sent the football player out here. I've heard that before.
But you're a perfect example of we talked earlier, you're not on a GLP.
No.
You're not on a peptide. Yet I don't think there's anything wrong with GLPs. Nothing. I think they're wonderful as long as you're putting in instituting the habits that go along with it.
Right.
Because when that GLP shot goes away, or because at some point, you want to get off of it. Maybe it's nice to get your weight down, yet as you're on it, begin those habits. And rather than trusting my willpower, because I'm a believer in what Vince Lombardi said. I've got strong willpower. At the same token, exhaustion makes fools of all of us. When I'm tired, holy cow.
Yeah.
And I'm exhausted, there is very little self-discipline inside Kevin.
Yeah, I have those mantras. I'm like, I drive right past fast food places. I just keep driving. Like, I got these little mantras. Yeah. I don't need it. Let's keep driving.
Yes.
And what I want to point out there, it's not easy for you.
Oh, no.
It's not easy for me. Kevin, is it easy for you? No. It's hard. It's kind of always on the mind.
French fries sound great. Yeah.
Always. But you have that mantra, and then I'm just going to pass by this McDonald's. Just let me get past it right now. We're not going to worry about the next one. Just let me get past this one. All right, cool. We did it. All right, now we're moving forward. Because again, some people just like, I just can't do it. It's like, no, like we all feel that. I feel that. I'm feeling it right now. You know what I mean? Like, I'm hungry.
Yeah.
But we just got to, those micro battles, we just got to win those every day.
Yeah, and when I first lost some weight too, people were asking, do you feel better? You feel good? And at the time, I was like, I feel about the same. I'm like, honestly, I was like, I could go either way.
Yeah.
But then when you really look at a period of time, it's like, I got to admit, I do a lot better. I perform better. I feel better. So I guess I got used to just kind of being overweight, kind of just accept it. This is who I am. You don't want to beat yourself up all the time either as being an overweight guy. You don't want to think, I'm this big. But, it bothered me. If it bothers you enough, then take some action, do some things, whatever you need to do to make sure. But, I have to be true to ourselves. And to me, I felt like I needed to get a hold of it in another part of my life that I needed to work on and see some results. And once you do, it's like, wow, felt better and the results were better. My sales were better. I felt like I treated my clients really well. I'm having more fun. It's just, there's a whole ramification.
I went and saw a fitness coach. His name was Paul Southern. Saw him for nutritional reasons. Saw him for workout reasons. And one of the things he used to always say, because I was a big time workout guy.
Yeah, he was.
And I was maintaining a weight that I was a little bit unhappy with.
Mm.
And he used to always tell me, Kevin, you can't outrun a fork. Those little buggers are fast. Those little things. So no matter what, Kevin, no matter how much you want to go for a run, how much you want to work out, until we get the nutrition piece.
Yeah.
And he used to say to me, the key is saying no at the gate. It's these little wins. It's when, okay, you want to go and have a burger.
Sure.
Okay, just ask them to bring one bun.
Mm-hmm.
Or or say no at the gate.
Yeah.
Or could I get vegetables instead of bringing the French fries to the table? Because for me, if those fries get to the table,
No, I'm not going to say no.
they're done.
Yeah.
They have no chance. So it's saying no at the gate and just recognizing that it's the little small wins.
Yeah.
It's me looking into my cupboard the other day, knowing that, God, I wanted to grab some granola after dinner, and saying no to that. Am I perfect at that?
No.
Heck no.
No.
Heck no. Yet it's those small wins that I continue to build off of.
Yeah.
So I love it. I love that our discussion has gotten there. We talked about mentally fit. We talked about physically fit and how to keep both of those. We've talked about spiritually fit, and they all seem to me, Stephen, in hearing your story, it's you've been able to implement habits, and when you get those habits in place, the Wednesday Bible study,
Yeah.
it's like just stay on those habits, those good habits. That's what I'm hearing you say.
Yeah, and there was times where I wasn't as consistent. We do work in the evenings as well, so I prioritized, equipment leads and things like that, especially a couple of years back. And I think it was maybe about 2 years ago where I said, if I'm not working, I'm going to go to this Wednesday night group. If I'm going to make it and I'm there, and I really committed to it, and I really saw a change in that. It's like started connecting with the people more and really getting to know these other men, and that really shifted just making that commitment part, like you're saying, going all in, and so I think you get out of things what you put in them sometimes. And so, I started putting more into that and started seeing the fruit of it. And they called my name out in a class once, but I wasn't there.
You became the number one salesperson in the company.
I was asked that in the lobby a little bit from one of the new cadets. How much time does this take? My answer was, probably a year.
I love the analogy that you get in and it feels like you're drinking water out of a fire hose.
Oh, gosh.